Hey everybody, it's a brand new day. Welcome to Brahms News Network. The stories are weird, the budget is low, and somehow it's still better than cable. I'm your host, Brahms. Let's see what we got today. All right, today we got some more space news. Apparently a Mars rock fetches nearly $5.3 million at an auction, according to the AP News, by David Collins. Let's see, July 16th. 2025, so it's a few weeks old. The largest piece of Mars ever found on Earth was sold for just over $5 million at an auction of rare geological and archaeological objects in New York on Wednesday. But a rare young dinosaur skeleton stole the show when it fetched more than $30 million in a bidding frenzy. So a dinosaur skeleton versus a Martian rock. Now that's interesting. You know, oddly enough, I had a, and I don't know if it's just young people today not trusting the system or whatnot, but there's an increasingly number of young people who think dinosaurs did not exist. Now that's interesting. But somehow I guess they believe in Mars. I don't know. Anyway, let's see. The 54-pound, 25-kilogram, for you communists out there, rock named NWA 61788 was discovered in the Sahara Desert by a meteorite hunter. Okay. Oh, it's old. It was in 2023. I had my new glasses, by the way. Hopefully that's helping with my reading. At least I'll use that as an excuse. After having been blown off the surface of Mars by a massive asteroid strike and traveling 140 million miles to Earth. Okay, according to Sotheby's. Yeah, sure. The estimated sale price before the auction was $2 million to $4 million. You believe that? Man, I'm telling you, I love art history. Art history's my jam. I've studied it for a long time. I love it. But sometimes I wonder, stuff like this, I don't know, money laundering, that just seems to make sense. Anyway, maybe I should just, how did they know? How did they know it's like a Martian rock? Let's see. The identity of the buyer was not immediately disclosed. The final bid was $4.3 million. Okay, adding various fees and costs. Wait a minute. It was they added $1 million of fees and costs. Of course they did. Of course they did. They freaking add fees to everything. I am sick and tired of fees, dude. You get a hotel somewhere and it's like, oh, $120 a night. That's a good deal. And then by the time you check out, it's like $485. Service fee, local tax, state tax, federal tax, cleaning fee, service fee, processing fee. What is all this mess? Sick, dude. Anyway, so the final price was $5.3 million, making it the most valuable meteorite ever sold at auction. What was the second most valuable? Interesting. Let's see. There it is. Look at the meteorite. They got the gloves wearing. Yeah. I'm telling you, you could probably like scam some people, dude. You could get like a rock or make something and be like, yeah, this landed in my yard, bro. The live bid was slow, the auctioneer trying to coax more offers and decreasing the minimum bid. Yeah, sure. I mean, that's what you got to do, I guess. The dinosaur skeleton, on the other hand, sparked a war among 6 bidders over 6 minutes. Okay, the pre-auction estimate was $4 million to $6 million. Man, I'm telling you, again, you could probably make some stuff. Like, are they really checking this? I'm sure they are. But, I mean, they want to make money too. Everybody wants to make money. And I feel like these people probably have more money than sense. You know what I mean? It says the dinosaur skeleton, it is one of only 4 known Ceratosaurus nosornis skeletons and the only juvenile skeleton of its species. Okay. Which resembles the Tyrannosaurus Rex, but is smaller. Okay. Bidding for the skeleton started with a high advance offer of $6 million, then escalated during the live. So they're not starting at like $20. I wonder what the starting bid would be. Let's see. The live rounds with bids of $500,000 higher than the last and later $1 million higher than the last before ending at $26 million. I wonder what the starting bid was. I mean, I guess it's Sotheby's, so it's going to be like a really high bid. I've only been to one auction in my life, and they started with like, they were like, all right, we're going to go for $1, $1, give me $1, $1, you know? And I can't imagine Sotheby's would do that. People applauded after the auctioneer gavelled the bidding closed. Yeah, I'd say so, man. The winner plans to loan dinosaur skeletons to an institution. Okay. Well, sure. I mean, I guess a lot of museums and stuff, every time I've been to a museum, it's like own loan from private collection or generously donated by so-and-so. The official sales price was $30.5 million with fees and costs. Wait a minute. Was that for the Mars rock? $30 million? No way. That's got to be for the dinosaur, right? I don't know. I'm not even looking it up. That's insane, dude. I mean, I'm not even mad that somebody spent millions of dollars on either a freaking Mars rock or a dinosaur skeleton, but it's the freaking fees, dude. It's like that Ticketmaster fee. All these freaking fees, man. I'm sick of it. Anyway, I'm glad it's affecting rich people. That buyer was also not immediately disclosed. But the auction house said the buyer plans to loan the skeletons to an institution. Yeah. It was the third highest amount paid for a dinosaur at auction. The Stegosaurus skeleton called Apex holds the record. It was sold for $44.6 million last year. Okay. Parts of the skeleton were found in 1996 in Wyoming. Yeah. The quarry, a gold mine for dinosaur bones. All right. Specialists assembled nearly 140 bones, sculpted the materials to recreate the skeleton. Yeah, I hear that a lot of fake stuff goes into the recreation of skeletons. Like they'll find like a couple of bones and then like kind of just guess what happens next. I don't know. Sotheby says it was acquired last year by Fossil Logic, a Utah-based fossil preparation and mounting company. Okay. It's more than 6 feet tall and nearly 11 feet long, believed to be from the late Jurassic period, about 150 million years ago. Interesting. Okay, Mars meteorite is a rare find. Here we go. So this is about the Mars meteorite. The bidding for the Mars meteorite began with 2 advanced offers of $1.9 million and $2 million. All right, so I guess they have advanced offers for us, so they don't start it at like $5, right? I guess have advanced offers apparently. The live bidding slowly proceeded with increases of 200,000 and 300,000 until 4 million, then continued to 100,000 increases until reaching 4.3 million. Okay. The red, brown, gray meteorite is about 70% larger than most of the largest pieces of Mars found on Earth and represents nearly 7% of all the Martian material currently on this planet. Okay, that's a huge percent, dude. That's a huge percent. 15 inches by 11 inches. All right, sweet. That's pretty big, dude. It was a rare find. Yeah. All right, let's see. Cassandra Halton says, this Martian meteorite is the largest piece of Mars we've ever found by a long shot. She's the vice chairman for science and natural history at Sotheby's. Okay. She says it's more than double the size of what we previously thought was the largest piece of Mars. Yeah, that's pretty big, dude. It's not clear exactly when the meteorite was blasted off the surface of Mars, but testing shows it was probably happening in recent years. Hatton said a specialized lab examined a small piece of the red planet remnant and confirmed it was from Mars. It was compared with the distinct chemical composition of Martian meteorites discovered during the Viking space probe that landed on Mars in 1976. Okay, interesting. So that's what they're comparing it to. Nice. The examination found that it is an olivine microgabroic stergolit. Okay. Yeah, sure. Let's go with that. I'll trust her. You know what I mean? I'm not a scientist. A type of Martian rock that was formed from the slow cooling of Martian magma. It has a coarse grain texture and contains the minerals pyroxene and olivine, they say. Okay, maybe we'll buy it once we get a little bigger. Donate, I'll buy it. I'll totally buy it. It also has a glassy surface, likely due to the high heat that burned it when it fell through Earth's atmosphere. Hatton said, so that was their first clue that it wasn't just some big rock on the ground. Yeah, I don't know, man. I wonder how much of that is just like money laundering again. I don't know. Well, more space news. We'll get into other stuff later, I'm sure, but Seems like I'm getting a bunch of space recommendations. But anyway, thanks for tuning in. Catch y'all next time for Being In. Bye-bye.